Loyalty program for online store allows you to increase your customers' lifetime value by using data from the loyalty program for segmentation, gamification, rewarding, and multi-channel communication using workflow. Reward customers for online engagement. Encourage customers to shop regularly. Give additional discounts in exchange for collected points. Define custom points for your customers based on unusual purchase. In this video you will learn how to create your first loyalty program, what program elements can you find on the customer's contact card, what is in the analytical panel of each loyalty program, how do loyalty program tiles work in workflow and automation rules. To create a new loyalty program, select the Loyalty Program tab from the side menu and then click Create a new loyalty program. The first step of creating a new loyalty program is entering basic data about it and selecting the program type to determine how points will expire. Enter a unique name under which you will later find the analytics of your program. The maximum number of characters is 50. From the drop-down list, select previously configured eShop with your SalesManago account, for which you can create a new loyalty program. Transactions related to the store will be considered in the loyalty program. Select program type and define how your points will expire. You have two options. No tile limit. Maximum storage time for points is 3 years. If you select this option, points collected by the users of the program will not expire before the maximum storage time. Automatic points expiry. Specify the number of days, weeks, or months after which the points in your loyalty program will expire by entering the number in the empty box. Click the Next button to go to the next setup step. Configuration of points consists of selecting range of spent amounts and the number of points awarded for them. In addition to the basic amounts that you can fit in the ranges, you can give users additional points both from the point configuration panel and through the automation and workflow rules. Range. Here, in the first two boxes, determine from what range of money spent up to what maximum amount points will be awarded, and then specify the point value for the selected spent amount. You can also award extra points. In practice, this means that if users purchase between €1,000 and €5,000, for every €50 spent, they will receive 10 program points and an additional 5 points. For example, let's suppose a user spent €2,500. This means that for user 50 hours spent over the limit of €1,000 will be received 10 points. In this case, the user will receive 300 points, an additional 5 points for a total of 305 points. Ranges are automatically drawn from the eShop that we selected at the data entry step. Click Add Another to add a new range. You can add up to 6 different ranges. Each next one will automatically start with the amount that ended the previous range. You can delete a given range at any time by clicking the trash icon. Transactions involving amounts not included in the range will not be taken into account. The ranges are left close intervals. That means, in the example above, €1,000 will be included in the range, but €5,000 will be included in the range number 2. Click the Next button to go to the next setup window. In the third step, you have to set tiers of loyalty program, thanks to which it will be possible to group its participants based on the scored number of points, and then use the tiers as an element of segmentation in automation processes in SalesManago. Tiers. Enter the name of a given tier in which the user whose number of awarded points will be which in the set range will be included. Suppose we have created the following tiers in our program. If a user has 4,500 points, that means he is in the silver tier. You can add up to 6 different tiers. Each next one will automatically start with the number of points that ended the previous interval. You can delete a given one at any time by clicking on the trash icon. In this case, the intervals are also closed on the left side. Click the Next button to go to the next setup step. The next step is to set the method of adding contacts to the loyalty program. Register contacts to the program automatically. By selecting this option, all contacts from your database will be added to the created program. The consent will not be required. Register contacts to the program manually. If this option is selected, contacts will not be automatically added to the program. They will be required to fill in the registration form. It is enough to add a checkbox to the form regarding the application form, or save using the API. Click Next to go to the last step of program configuration. The last step is to approve the entire program development process, activate it, or save it as a draft. Check if all settings are correct and then Save and Activate. Click to immediately activate your loyalty program. Save as a draft. Click to create your loyalty program but leave it inactive. Now, let's go to the customer's contact card and see what the loyalty program looks like and what opportunities it gives us. To do this, select CRM in the sidebar, then Contact List, Details. Scroll down the main panel and select Loyalty Program in the internal menu. The elements of the loyalty program on the customer's contact card can provide us with several additional functions, thanks to which the use of the model is even simpler and more intuitive. Unsubscribe, Subscribe Contact to the Program button allows you to manually add them or remove them from the selected loyalty program. A contact can only be in one e-commerce loyalty program at a time. The name of the tier. At this point, the tier of the contact is shown. On the lower section, it is graphically presented what patch it has traveled to reach and how many points it is missing to the next tier. Number of points. That means the total number of collected points by a given contact in a given loyalty program. Manage button takes you to the Award and Removal Points window, and in it, Add Remove Points. You can manually add or remove additional loyalty points. Select which action on the contact you want to perform. Enter the number of points. Specify the number of points for which you want to perform the selected action. Description will be visible in the history of changes in the number of points on the contact card. Click Save to approve changes. The contact card also allows you to observe the change of points over a selected period of time. Time period. Select the time period for which the information in the tile will be displayed. The available options are last 7 days, 30 days, current month, current quarter, previous quarter, current year, previous year, last 12 months. Points. At this point you can see the exact number of points that the contact had at a given time. On the time slot, you can observe how his involvement and activation in the selected loyalty program decreased and increased. If you track changes in points, it is worth knowing the history. Why the contact received bonus points, for which transaction they received points, or why they were removed from the point account. Event type. Select the type of event for which you want to view the history of changes in the number of points. All. Show both the action that made the contact gain new points and those that caused a loss. Added. Only consider getting additional points by a contact. Deleted. Only apply to points lost by contact. Date. The date on which the given data is displayed is shown on the chart here. Event. Exact data for a given event, such as date, event name, number of points awarded or deleted. It is also worth tracking changes in tiers by contacts to know how loyalty program activates a specific user. Here you have access to the following data. Date, the date on which the user changed tier is displayed here. From tier, from what tier the user has moved by losing or gaining new points. To tier, that is what tier the user has moved by losing or gaining new points. Time, specifies the number of days that the contact has been in tier from one point before reaching tier from the next point. Let's go to the top of the analytical panel. To open Loyalty Program Analytics, select Loyalty Program in the side menu. In the Loyalty Program Analytics panel, you will find basic statistics about the selected program. Actions. Select the action you want to perform on the selected loyalty program. You can activate, deactivate it, edit it, or delete it. Time period. Select the time period for which information will be displayed below. The available options are last 7 days, last 30 days, current month, current quarter, previous quarter, current year, previous year, last 12 months. Choose a loyalty program. Select the loyalty program for which you want to view the analytics by clicking on its name. SalesManago allows you to have a maximum of 3 created loyalty programs. Number of contacts. The total number of contacts participating in the loyalty program. Below, you can also see share in total number of contacts, that means the percentage of contacts participating in a given program in relation to all contacts in your contact database. Number of transactions. The total number of transactions of users participating in a given loyalty program in the store specified during the program configuration. Below, you can also see the share in the total number of transactions, that means the percentage of transactions of contacts participating in a given program in relation to the total transactions of all contacts in your contact database. Sum of sales, the total amount of transactions of users who participate in a given loyalty program in the store specified during the program configuration. Below, you can also see share in total sales, that means the percentage of the total number of transactions of contacts participating in a given program, in relation to the total sum of transactions of all contacts in your contact database. Average transaction value, the sum of transactions value made by users who participate in a given loyalty program, in the store specified during the program configuration. Below, you can also see the ratio over all transactions, that means the percentage of the difference in the average transaction value of contacts participating in a given program in relation to the average of the total sum of transactions of all contacts in your contact database. Let's move on. The number of contact style shows graphically information about the increase or decrease in the number of contacts in a given tier in the selected loyalty program. The information on the graph above expresses the data for the selected time period and it's updated once a day. On number of transaction style, you can preview graphically information about the increase or decrease in the number of transactions made by contacts in a given tier in the selected loyalty program. The information on the graph above expresses the data for the selected time period and it's updated once a day. The sum of sales style shows graphically information about the increase and decrease in the value of transactions made by contacts in the given tier in the selected loyalty program. The information on the graph above expresses the data for the selected time period and is updated once a day. The average transaction value tile shows graphical information about the increase or decrease in the average value of transactions made by contacts in a given tier in the selected loyalty program. The information on the graph above expresses data for the selected time period and it's updated once a day. When it comes to average values, here you can view the average values for a given loyalty program, average customer lifetime value, the average sum of the transaction value made by a contact in a given loyalty program. In other words, the total average value of products purchased by a contact. Below, there is also the ratio to the entire customer lifetime value. That means the difference between the average customer lifetime value of a contact from the entire contact base and the average customer lifetime value for a contact from the loyalty program base. Average time since last purchase. The average time between transactions made by a contact in a given loyalty program. Below, there is also the ratio to all purchase. That means the difference between the average time since the last purchase of a contact from the entire base and the average time since the last purchase of a contact from the loyalty program base. Average contact lifetime. The average time between the first and last purchase of a contact included in a given loyalty program. Ratio to all contacts. That means the difference between the average lifetime of a contact from the entire base and the average lifetime of contact from the loyalty program base. Average age of contact. The average time between purchase and the present moment. It concerns a contact in a given loyalty program. Ratio to all contacts. That means the difference between the average age of contacts from the entire database and the average age of contacts from the loyalty program database. The last analytics is data analysis in tier, where you can find information on the name of tier selected in process of creating a loyalty program to which further data will refer, number of contacts, the total number of contacts at a given tier of the loyalty program, average time in the tier, the average time that passes between a changing contact tier in a given loyalty program, average customer lifetime value, the average sum of transactions value made by a contact within a given tier in a selected loyalty program. Average time between transactions, the average time between one transaction and other for a contact within a given tier in the selected loyalty program. The last element in the movie are the loyalty program tiles in workflow and automation rules. They work similarly to each other. To go to workflow, select the automation process tab in the sidebar and then select workflow on the top menu. The available events, conditions and action styles are: event, contact scored points in the loyalty program. Event, the contact changed in the tier in the loyalty program. Condition, the contact is on the tier in the loyalty program. Condition, a contact has a certain number of points in the program. Action, add remove points in the loyalty program. In each of them you need to set the following values for them. Name of the loyalty program. Select the program for which you want to check the event with the values specified in next point. Set points. Specify the number of points a contact must score to trigger an event. Number of points. The event will occur if the user gets the exact number of points specified in the window. In the range of. The event will occur if the user scores the number of points within the given range. The entered numbers are also included in the range, which means that if we are given a range from 5 to 7, both of these numbers will trigger an event. More than. The event will occur if the user scores more than the number of points entered in the window. More than or equal to. The event will occur if the user scores greater than or equal to the number of points entered in the window. Less than. The event will occur if the user has scored less points than the number entered in the window. Less than or equal to. The event will occur if the user scores less than or equal to the number of points entered in the window. In this style, it is enough to specify name of the loyalty program. From the drop-down list, select the program to which the event will apply. The name of the tier. From the drop-down list, select the tier to which the contact must pass in order to trigger the event. Workflow will be launched when the contact is within the given tier in the selected loyalty program or not. In this condition, you have to specify optional no, negation of the condition. The condition will apply to all contacts who are not in the tier specified in the third point in the selected loyalty program. Name of the loyalty program. From the drop-down list, select the program to which the condition will apply. The name of the tier. From the drop-down list, select the tier at which the contact must be present in order for the condition to be met. Workflow will start when contact has a certain number of points in the selected loyalty program or not. In this condition, you have to specify optional no, negation of the condition. The condition will apply to all contacts who do not have the number of points specified in the third point. Name of the loyalty program. From the drop-down list, select the program to which the condition will apply. Set points. Specify the number of points that the contact must reach for the condition to be met. The intervals work similarly to the intervals in the event tile. Thanks to add/remove points in the loyalty program action, you can automatically manage the number of points in the loyalty program. In this tile, you have to specify name of the loyalty program, select the program for which you want to perform the action selected in the next step. Choose an action. Decide whether you want to add or remove points from the user's account in loyalty program. Set points. Specify the number of points that you want to add or remove from the user's account in the selected loyalty program. If you want to know more, please visit our website support.salesmenago.com.